If you are new to opening business, you know that sometimes you feel alone. You feel there is no one around you, no one that understands you, no one that goes through what you are going through. Sometimes people have been employees for many years and now they've become business owners. Sometimes they wanted to become business owners, sometimes not so much. But for me, I feel that on the 7 years I'm owning my own business, and after many years of seeing my father run his own family business, I've learned a lot about business and about us, the business owners, the CEOs, the entrepreneurs, and I've learned a lot of lessons on my life, a lot of money I've spent, a lot of mistakes I made, but also a lot of money I made. I made over 7 figures a year within these 7 years. So I know what it's like to scale a business, to take a business which now starts with zero, no other investment. I never had investors. Everything was completely bootstrapped, and just scale it into 7 figures a year. Something that you can do on your own. You just need to be consistent. And I wanted to share with you some of my advice and some of the tips I learned along the way, so you can maybe use them on your bad times or hard times and just continue and do better. So I made up 12 tips for you, and I'll talk about each and every one of them briefly so you can create a better business and good business for you and your life and your family. So come on, without further ado, let's start. For me, one of the best tips is your number one job is marketing and sales. You need to understand that as business owners, sometimes you have employees. Employees most of the time they first do the work for you. So if, let's say, you're a dog trainer and you have new employees, there will be dog trainers at most times. They won't be from other positions. And your job as a business owner is to bring people in, bring customers in, make sure that clients are coming in and becoming your clients. So that is, for me, the number one things about business. Sometimes a business owner is so in love with his own profession that he forgets that he needs to bring people in, and then he doesn't understand why he's losing and why the P&L sheet or balance sheet is on L. So please understand that no matter what, you'll always be the best marketing guy for your company. No matter what, you'll always be the best sales guy for the company. You'll always make the best sales closing rate. You'll always be the best sales one, because you are the person that believes in the business, in yourself, the most from everyone. And understand that even if you have a marketing team and even if you have a sales team, those should be your highest priority, because business can be very, very good and have the best product in the world, but if no one comes to buy the product, it's not a good business. So understand that always your focus should be around marketing and sales. This is something that if I knew before, when I was concentrating on other things, I may have lost a lot less money. Second thing I wanted to tell you is you can't sell to anyone. So the thing about business is you think that if you put as much clients inside the door, no matter who they are and what they are, you will make a lot of money. And that is right, but it's also wrong, because people can buy anything these days. You can literally do anything. You can go anywhere, do anything. We are pretty much unlimited in our things we can do in life. But the thing is that people will understand what you offer and they will buy if they will feel personal connection to them. Okay? It doesn't have to be an emotional connection. It can be connection from any ways or the thing they just need now. So you can't actually sell everything to everyone. You need to be local or have a specific niche or understand something specific or do something else in the market so people will notice you. And once they will notice you, the right people will come to you. And trust me, when you're working with broader audiences, there is much more probability for bad clients or bad experiences, and most of them are a problem of misconception, of misunderstanding what they offer about in the business. So you need to start with the best offer and to understand who are your specific clients and target especially them. Once you'll understand that, you'll see that the quality of clients is increasing and getting much, much better. And also the amount of successful and happy clients in your business gets much, much higher. So you always need to think about your offer, to give the best offer, a different offer, something that no one has done before, or very little amount of people have done before, maybe not, maybe on another country, and now you're in a new country and you're doing something that works for you elsewhere. And also you need to understand who are your businesses, who are the businesses you can help and who you can't help. Sometimes my job as a business owner is to filter the leads, okay? And some people come to me with a full intent to purchase my services, and I tell them, no, I can't help you, or I'm not the right person for you. And that's a very tough thing to do, but it's a good muscle that once you understand it, it will just make your life much, much easier. Another tip I really like is listen first, talk second. This is a major, major rule in two things. In customer service, or in three things maybe. In customer service, working with an employee or with your employees, and with sales. Okay, those three things are maybe the key for social relationship, you might say. And it's very, very important because as much as you talk less in a conversation, and much as you listen more, you get more information and data, and you can answer the situation much, much better. I'll give you example for each and every one of those situations. And customer support. Sometimes we have an angry client, okay? An angry client to us, hey, you burned my pizza. It was my kid's birthday. I couldn't do this and that and that. And people are coming, and sometimes they just want to say whatever is on their mind. They want to be annoyed. Let them, allow them to relieve all their anger, and then just talk with them rationally. It will work with 90% of the cases, okay? Not the 10%. 10% are people that you've just lost, and that's it. But I can tell you that I saved many clients from just listening to what they said and understanding what they really want, okay? So if they just want to yell for 10 minutes, sometimes that's all they needed. Sometimes I let the client yell for 10 minutes and then he relaxed and he got back, cooperating with me. Sometimes, those things happen. So you always need to understand what the client needs and react to that, and not say what you ever on your mind in those situations. So you always need to listen first. So that's one situation. Also with an employee, same thing. Sometimes employees come to us with very good suggestions, very good ideas, very good talking points, very good maybe things that will make their life better, okay? So I always listen to my employees, okay? I always tell them, okay, you can say whatever you want to me. They're not always right, okay? Sometimes I tell them, hey, this is not wrong. You're not checking this thing from my perspective, okay? Sometimes me as a CEO, I have more information, or I have more experience. Like I've tried to do this one thing you've suggested and it didn't work for me. So I know, and I'm more experienced, so I can tell them what is a good offer and what is a bad offer. But I always listen to them first, and I understand what they have on their mind and where I can improve as an owner, where my business can improve and where they can improve. So that's a very important thing. And also in sales, okay? So sometimes we in sales, we want to pitch, want to say, we have these ideas and that, but don't do that. Just let your client say whatever he wants. Ask him questions that will help you understand him better, understand what your product can do better for him, and talk with his language, okay? So if your clients, you are selling videos for me, like for example, and it saves your time, okay? Instead of going and shooting for 4 days, you need to shoot for 1 hour. So if someone comes to you and say, hey, I'm tired of this shooting all day, I'm forgetting anything. So you just tell them, okay, so you just shoot with us for 1 hour and that's it. And just talk with him on his problems, on his, issues. And once you get them, it just improves your closing rate dramatically. Another thing I see many business owners do is they are waiting for perfection. No, I will open my website in 2 months when everything will be perfect. I will open my store when everything will be great. I'll open my studio. Guys, forget about it. It's better to have your store opened ready 80% now, today, rather than in 4 months when it will be fully ready. I'll tell you from my own experience, I built studios on my life. I built podcast studios for businesses and for myself around the world. And I moved pretty much every year within the 7 years. So I moved like 7 studios within those few years. And the thing is that I never opened a studio when it was fully 100% ready. It was always something that's missing. My clients were always telling me, hey, there is something new. Because I opened with a certain set and then I added this vase and I added this new furniture and I added this new seat. So I always add more things. I improve based on the client's feedback and comments. So that's the thing. I'm allowing time to also pass by and us to learn the space and the company and everything. So for me, you always need to first open with the minimum, like MVP, they say in the high tech, the minimum viable product. You need to start with the MVP and always improve. One of the best tactics that helped me create a lot of progression in my business towards the years. Don't fall in love with your idea. Here's a great tip I learned over time. So I always have ideas, us entrepreneurs, we always have ideas. We have like 50 ideas a day. but not always our ideas are right, okay? So sometimes we have a very good idea, we invest money, we invest time, we create it, we build it, and then we run the paid campaign for 1 week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, and nothing happens. No leads are coming, or the leads are very high priced. So we try another ad, and it's still not working, and we put it aside. So for me, that put aside, okay, and coming back to whatever works for you is the key here, because you never know what's going to work, okay? Sometimes you have the full confidentiality, you're sure this is the right thing, but it's not. So understand it and cut your losses. Understand that your idea is very good, it didn't work, go somewhere else. And I'll tell you that the best way to see it is on marketing and sales. So if your marketing, your lead prices are very high, maybe it's not the right idea. And you tried few creatives, because sometimes it's the creative, sometimes it's the way you package it, but maybe it's not the right idea. If you are selling, if you have a lot of leads, but you are not converting enough, maybe it's not a good idea. So just understand when is the time to cut losses and do that. That's also a boring, let's say, a tip, but it's very important, and it connects to the other point that we had. Focus on what already works. So if you have something that works, you need to double down on it, and even triple down, even do anything you want. So if you found a product, a niche that works, and your lead prices are low, and people are buying, and they are coming, the product is good, they come out satisfied, and they tell their friends, and they bring more people in, that means you are onto something. Guys, there are people that go through the entire life having businesses and not finding that thing. So if you find this one thing that works for you, just double down on it. Put more money on marketing. Bring more people in. Understand that you found something, and just try to create as much capacity in your business to accept those people. Don't, refuse people because you are full. Don't do that. Try to find new person and get your business big, because when you found something and it works and lead prices are low, this is the time to make things grow, because now you can build for more people. So definitely go for what's working. Try to improve. Always improve. Never stay in the same place. Always do better. Always find new version for the product. Always find new ideas. Always improve it. Find the services that completes it. Always improve. Always investigate. Always learn new things. But if you have an idea, try to go with this core idea and just improve it time and time again. Here's a good one. It's easier to sell again than sell for the first time. As clients, we always see the new leads. For us, it's the number one thing. We always want to go for the new leads. We want to, pick up the phone after 5 minutes and answer the lead, and want to run again and again and get the new leads. But we always forget that there are clients that we already did one sale with them. We already did one purchase. We gave them good service. They came out satisfied. It was good for them, and they still can purchase something from us because they needed our service once, so they will need it again in the future. They maybe want a better version and a more expensive version. I'll give you an example from my field. So we are doing like this one-time podcast interviews. So after this one-time podcast interviews, a lot of our clients just found out they really like podcasts, so they want to have their own podcast. Now, the difference between one podcast and 12 or 20 podcasts, or sometimes clients that stay with us for years and years doing, 200, 300 podcasts along the years, that's a huge difference for a business. And sometimes we forget these old leads, these new one leads, okay? We put them in the one bracket and that's it, we forgot about them. So always talk with your clients, always hear your customers, always give them a phone call, ask if they need something, wish a happy birthday, wish a happy new year. Do all those things. People will remind you, and they will come back again and again and again, and you won't have to sweat so much getting this client again in your future. Here's a good one. Relationship builds opportunities. Us, people, business owners, sometimes we prefer, like especially an introvert like me, we prefer to be here locked at the studio, locked at the office, not doing our work, not doing anything. But for us, we need to be out there. We need to meet people. We need to meet the clients. We need to be out there and talk with our clients all day long, getting into, conventions, meet new people, handing out business cards, having conversation, making relationships. This is what we need to do, because any relationship you'll build can be your next client, or can be the next connection to a next client, and can be very beneficial for you, and you never know. You just never know. I had a client of mine here before that said that he got his best client, one multi-billionaire guy, at a pool. He met him at the pool with his trunks, in his bathing suit, and he was at the pool, and they were talking, and suddenly they found this common interest between them, and he purchased over 20 units with this guy, with his real estate advisor. So you never know. Make the connection. Talk to the people. You never know what's going to come out of that. Revenue is vanity. Profit is sanity. So there is a lot of business, and I had one like that before, so I know that makes a lot of money. Okay, that's awesome. You are making a lot of money, and you're sure, that's the thing, but you also spend a lot of money. Okay, you spend a lot on employees, a lot of offices, a lot of other things, or a lot of taxes. And you don't know, and at the end of the day, you are left with almost nothing, with close to nothing. So that's something that for us as business owners, we shouldn't fall in love, with the income of our business. We need to fall in love with the profit, okay? How much profit we can make. And now in this area of AI, we can have so much profit because AI is the best thing for SMBs, for small, medium businesses. You can do much more with the same amount of people. You can automate a lot of tasks and everything, and you can just allow yourself to be much, much more profitable. Spend some money, spend some knowledge, and get the knowledge on AI, and make sure that your business is profitable as it's ever been. Systems creates freedom. So if you want to build a business and not a job for yourself, you need to be able to give other people or other, AI platforms the job, and they should do it and get it back. And they should take this off of you. If you don't, if you're doing everything in your business, if you are the marketing guy, if you are the sales guy, if you are the operations guy, if you are the customer support guy, you don't have a business. You have a high salaried job with a lot of bosses. So that's the situation for you right now. I know that because I've been doing it for all my life, and I've been doing it. For myself, I can tell you that this is something that I do on purpose. And the reason I do that is because I like to build businesses from bottom to top. So I always do everything in a business, and then I start an understanding, from my end, what is the thing I hate doing most, and I bring someone to do it. And then I bring another one, and then I bring another one until I feel the business completely. I've done it in my business back at home for many years, and I'm doing it here. But I tell you that you can't stay in this situation for long because it will tear you mentally. So don't fall in love with, no expenses in the business. Hire you need to have expenses. You need to have people working with you, but you need to be smart and efficient about that. So don't bring 20 new people on the first day. Bring them one by one, step by step, and grow together. Go slow, go small, and use AI to take one person and make it out a 4 or 5 or 6. It's definitely possible these days. Consistency beats motivation. This is one thing that I've learned every day. Like, I'm not consistent on a lot of things in life, but I am consistent on sales. I'm currently the sales guy for my company, and I always make the sales goal. Like, if I set myself a goal, I know that I need to do. I won't leave and I won't rest until I finish everything I need to do. Find the consistent things. Continue coming to work. There is one good saying I heard from Alex Hormozi saying that if you haven't stopped, you haven't failed. So as long as you keep on trying, as long as you keep on showing up, as long as you keep on picking up the phone, as long as you keep creating content, putting yourself out there, you will succeed. And I really believe in that. And the beginning is the toughest part on anything in life. So once you go over the beginning and you understand what's working and you're giving it, 3 months, 6 months, 9 months, 12 months, you'll see that things will start moving out. It will get better. You just need to stay in the game every day, showing up, doing whatever you need to do. And that will eventually, I know it doesn't look like it now, but it will eventually do the thing for you, and it will pay out beautifully. And another last thing I wanted to say, the 12th tip, your first version will probably be bad. So understand that, your first pancake is always messed up. The first child, I'm a first child as well. So, but for me, your first attempt at something will always flop because you don't know, you're not experienced, but you have to get experience somehow. So you have to make this first attempt, jumping into the sea when you don't know anything, and it will be tough, and you will maybe, get under the water a little bit. But once you will get the information, get the data, get the knowledge, get the experience on your own skin, it will get better. The second time won't be as worse. The fifth time will be much better. The 10th time will be amazing. The 100th time, you are a master. Okay? So understand that people need time. Things need time. Processes need time. Everything needs time and experience and trial and error again and again and again to figure out something and actually do it good. So don't be afraid. Take your time. Try it again and it will get better. Right. So, wow, that was amazing actually. 12 tips, from the bottom of my heart to you. I learned so much from each and every one of them, thinking about the situation in life that all those things came to me. So definitely it's a beautiful thing to remember, and also a beautiful journey. I'm now after 7 years of my businesses. For me, it's the best journey I've done in my life. A lot of what I have today is because of that. A lot of the lessons I learned in my life, I improved my life in such a long way. I moved to a new country and opened a business here. So for me, businesses is the way of life. It's a very tough thing. I'm very lonely, okay? And anything I do. And I always feel lonely. I will always feel lonely because no one actually goes through what I'm going through. Even if owns the business, if, something else, my wife, anyone. At the end of the day, business ownership is about being alone and being the leader and being the one that everyone walks after him. And it's a very tough thing to do. It's a mission in life. And I'm proud of my mission. And you should do too. So this is why I put out this video out there, and I hope I help you learn. I hope I haven't bored you with all this talking, and I hope you learned something this day. And if you want to talk, if you want to get in touch, please feel free, DM me, comment me. You can also follow me on AIELIAZ.com and on my Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, everything is there. And I think that YouTube really wants you to see this video. It may help you on your journey for businesses. Thank you, and have a good one, guys.